Tonight, I'll be reading a classic tale called The Elves and the Shoemaker by the Brothers Grimm. Then I'll take you on a sleepscape journey into a story of an enchanted angel tree topper. And finally, I'll recite one of my all-time favorite Christmas poems, "Twas the Night Before Christmas." From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I hope you find joy and relaxation in this collection of Christmas stories and poetry. Before we get started, as always, let's get comfy, cozy, and relaxed with tonight's relaxation visualization. In the tranquil hush of the night, imagine yourself gently ascending to the outskirts of a charming, enchanted village, draped in a soft blanket of snow. The moonlight imparts a gentle caress to the homes and the mountainside scenery, turning every snowflake into a luminous jewel. Take in the splendor of majestic snow-crowned mountains behind you, standing tall against the deep indigo sky, their peaks glimmering in the moon's soft radiance. The air, clean and invigorating, carries the enchanting whispers as it dances with the crisp, wintry winds. Close your eyes and draw in a deep breath, savoring the invigorating winter air that surrounds the snowy expanse. Experience the refreshing coolness as you exhale, letting go of any tension or stress that may cling to you. In this serene moment, visualize the glittering stars above, each one a testament to the vastness and splendor enveloping you. As you gaze ahead, discover a charming one-horse open sleigh, patiently awaiting your arrival. Adorned with 3 golden snowflakes on its sides, painted a warm shade of red, the sleigh beckons you with inviting blankets cascading over its edges. The soft jingle of bells creates a melody in the air, harmonizing with the gentle winter breeze that encourages you to step into the awaiting sleigh. As you take the reins and gently glide into the enchanting snow-covered forest, surrender to the delicate sounds of the winter night, the gentle whispers of the breeze, the distant rustle of leaves, and the rhythmic swaying of the sleigh. Let the tranquil motion seamlessly guide you into a profound state of relaxation. Traverse past a frozen lake, akin to a glistening sheet of silver, flawlessly mirroring the grandeur of the luminous blue moon and the serene beauty of the night. Meanwhile, towering snow-laden trees create a cathedral of tranquility, their branches adorned with the weight of a million glistening crystals, adding to the enchantment of the winter landscape. Take another deep breath, filling your lungs, and feel the cool freshness as you exhale, releasing any tension or stress from your being. In this calming moment, lift your gaze and be enchanted by the delicate snowflakes twirling and dancing in the moonlit night. Each one a tiny masterpiece, unique in its design, catches the light as it descends from the heavens. Witness these ethereal dancers shimmering in the night air, creating a sparkling curtain that envelops your sleigh in a gentle, celestial embrace. As you absorb the symphony of snowflakes, feel the serenity of the winter night seeping into your soul, cradling you in a cocoon of peace and tranquility. As your journey gracefully unfolds, a charming cabin emerges, nestled among towering trees like a hidden gem in the winter landscape. Approach and be drawn in by the inviting glow of a candlelight spilling from the cabin's windows, complemented by the comforting sight of smoke gracefully rising from the chimney top. It calls to you, urging you to leave the cold outside and step into the comforting embrace of the inviting sanctuary where warmth and tranquility await. As you gracefully step across the threshold, let the comforting warmth from the crackling fire envelop you, its gentle heat delicately warming the palms of your hands. The hearth, adorned with flames, engaged in an entrancing dance, bathes the cabin in a soothing glow, dispelling the winter chill. Soft blankets, beckoning and velvety, drape luxuriously over the furnishings, and the air carries the delightful fragrance of burning wood. Find your place by the flickering flames, their dance an inviting spectacle. Allow the tranquil ambience to embrace you as you curl up by the fireside, draping the warm, cozy blanket across your body. Nestle into the spot that feels just right for you. With another deep inhalation and exhale, feel the weight of the world gently lifting away. Embrace the cozy atmosphere, readying yourself for tonight's enchanting tales. Now let's begin tonight's first story, which is the calm reading of a classic tale, The Elves and the Shoemaker, written by the Brothers Grimm in 1812. This narrative unfolds the story of a kind shoemaker and his magical helpers, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and the spirit of kindness prevails. There once was a shoemaker who worked very hard and was very honest, but still he could not earn enough to live upon. And at last, all he had in the world was gone, save just leather enough to make one pair of shoes. Then he cut his leather out, all ready to make up the next day, meaning to rise early in the morning to his work. His conscience was clear and his heart light amidst all his troubles. So he went peaceably to bed, left all his cares to heaven, and soon fell asleep. In the morning, after he had said his prayers, he sat himself down to his work, when to his great wonder, there stood the shoes already made upon the table. The good man knew not what to say or think at such an odd thing happening. He looked at the workmanship. There was not one false stitch in the whole job. All was so neat and true that it was quite a masterpiece. The same day, a customer came in, and the shoes suited him so well that he willingly paid a price higher than usual for them. And the poor shoemaker, with the money, bought leather enough to make 2 pairs more. In the evening, he cut out the work and went to bed early, that he might get up and begin betimes next day. But he was saved all the trouble, for when he got up in the morning, the work was done, ready to his hand. Soon in came buyers who paid him handsomely for his goods, so that he bought leather enough for 4 pair more. He cut out the work again overnight and found it done in the morning as before. And so it went on for some time. What was got ready in the evening was always done by daybreak, and the good man soon became thriving and well off again. One evening, about Christmas time, as he and his wife were sitting over the fire, chatting together, he said to her, "I should like to sit up and watch tonight, that we may see who is that comes and does my work for me." The wife liked the thought, so they left a light burning and hid themselves in a corner of the room, behind a curtain that was hung up there, and watched what would happen. As soon as it was midnight, there came in 2 little naked dwarfs, and they sat themselves upon the shoemaker's bench, took up all the work that was cut out, and began to ply with their little fingers, stitching and wrapping and tapping away at such a rate that the shoemaker was all wonder and could not take his eyes off them. And on they went till the job was quite done, and the shoes stood ready for use upon the table. This was long before daybreak, and then they bustled away as quick as lightning. The next day, the wife said to the shoemaker, "These little wights have made us rich, and we ought to be thankful to them, and do them a good turn if we can. I am quite sorry to see them run about as they do, and indeed it is not very decent, for they have nothing upon their backs to keep off the cold. I'll tell you what, I will make each of them a shirt, and a coat, and a waistcoat, and a pair of pantaloons into the bargain. And do you make each of them a little pair of shoes." The thought pleased the good cobbler very much, and one evening, when all the things were ready, they laid them on the table. Instead of the work that they used to cut out, and then went and hid themselves to watch what the little elves would do. About midnight, in they came, dancing and skipping, hopping round the room, and then went to sit down to their work as usual. But when they saw the clothes lying for them, they laughed and chuckled and seemed mightily delighted. Then they dressed themselves in the twinkling of an eye and danced and capered and sprang about, as merry as could be, till at last they danced out at the door and away over the green. The good couple saw them no more, but everything went well with them from that time forward, as long as they lived. Our next Christmas story is called The Radiant Spirit of Yuletide. I hope this Sleepscape journey transports you to a realm of relaxation and within the warm merriment of Christmas tidings. I listen as the boxes above me shift on the shelves, and a gentle breeze stirs the dust off the lid of the clear storage box, cradling me. Slowly, I sense the ascent up the staircase, each step carrying me closer to the living room above. The lid of my box is delicately pried open, and the little girl, the heart of the home I care for, places me on the dining table. Now I have a perfect view of the Christmas tree standing beside the warm fireplace. In the heart of this enchanting home, a splendid tree stands proudly beside a crackling fireplace, offering a warm view of the window and the snowy front yard. As I observe the mother, father, and their 2 children, a boy and a little girl, retrieve a bin of Christmas ornaments, the air fills with the festive melody of Christmas music, creating a delightful atmosphere as they joyfully hang the ornaments upon the tree. A delightful array of scents fills the house. The rich fragrance of fresh pine blends seamlessly with the warmth of a crackling fire, and the sweet aroma of sugar cookies baking in the oven. The family comes together, enchanted by the significance of special Christmas ornaments. Each personalized ornament bearing the name of a family member is thoughtfully placed on the tree. Amidst this festive setting, the father skillfully unravels the Christmas tree lights, and the mother elegantly drapes tinsel around the tree. The children express their shared excitement, discussing the eagerly anticipated arrival of Old Saint Nick. The air is filled with anticipation, and one can almost feel the palpable joy that envelops this heartwarming family tradition. At last, the mother gently lifts me from the worn and aged window box, crafted from sturdy cardboard with a clear plastic window, where I've been patiently peering through. I feel her admiration as her eyes linger on my laced ball gown, gracefully cascading under a blue sheer winter coat, adorned with faux fur lining, enhanced by a subtle layer of glitter. Her fingers delicately trace the intricate frills of my dress, gliding over the edge of my silver-colored wings, each feather gleaming with a delicate touch of glitter. With a soft smile, she joyfully announces to the children that it's time to place the angel on top, marking the beginning of our cherished holiday tradition. Climbing a small stepping ladder, the mother carefully unwinds the electrical cord beneath my dress. As she positions me atop the Christmas tree, she ensures that my gown gracefully drapes over the highest branches. The festive scene unfolds, and I become the crowning touch, bringing a magical aura to the heart of the holiday celebration. They step back, tilting their heads to ensure I'm perfectly centered on the tree. After a few meticulous adjustments, I notice the satisfied expressions on their faces. In a brief moment, I feel a surge of energy illuminating the 2 stars cradled in my hand and the undercarriage of my dress. The room glows with a soft radiance. As the parents embrace their children, I proudly stand atop the tree, enjoying the perfect view of this cherished family tradition. The children gaze in awe at the collaborative effort to decorate the tree, and from my elevated position, I observe the family's festivities unfolding over the next few weeks. Their laughter and merriment create the soundtrack to the enchanting scenes within the warmth of their home. I am not just an ornament, but a silent witness to the magic that unfolds in the weeks leading up to Christmas Day. Peering through the frosty living room window on a snowy day, I watched as they seamlessly shoveled snow off their neighbors' driveways and sidewalks. The following night, bundled up in scarves and mittens, the family joined their neighbors for the classic tradition of caroling. In the winter night, their voices blended into a harmonious melody, spreading festive enchantment through the crisp air. Back from their musical adventures, the kitchen transformed into a haven of festive creativity. Flour pirouetted in the air as the family orchestrated simple ingredients into an array of sweet delights. Wearing aprons dusted with flour, their hands worked with love, creating not only cookies for themselves, but also crafting tokens of sweetness for friends, neighbors, and even strangers. A tangible embodiment of the generosity that defines the true spirit of Christmas. In the rhythm of their daily lives, Christmas brings a special joy to the family. Not every day is packed with excitement. Many follow a routine of waking up, sending kids to school, going to work, and returning home to prepare dinner. Despite the regular patterns, there's an unspoken magic embedded within. Evenings unfold with familiar rituals, returning home, cooking dinner, and sharing moments of connection before bedtime. In these seemingly ordinary moments, a subtle enchantment weaves its way, creating a bond that offers comfort to the little ones. Amidst the tiredness that lingers in the parents' eyes, their days stretch like winter nights. However, a source of solace emerges from their constant rhythm of family life, offering a comforting respite and reminding them that despite the weariness, there's a steady anchor in the warmth of their shared journey. Christmas acts as the luminous touch, casting an additional glow on their everyday yet remarkable existence. Now, with only a couple of weeks before Christmas, the living room underwent a magical transformation, becoming a festive workshop where each family member played a vital role. An air of purpose filled the room as they orchestrated a heartwarming assembly line. Baskets brimmed with an array of non-perishable treasures, canned goods, pasta, and other essentials meticulously gathered for their community's well-being. The children, their eyes sparkling with the spirit of giving, hand-picked toys and trinkets to add a touch of joy to each basket, knowing that their small acts could brighten someone else's holiday. With tender care, they wrapped the baskets in transparent cellophane, creating a mesmerizing display of generosity. Soft velvety red ribbons, like whispers of warmth, were delicately tied, completing the packages that held not just tangible gifts, but the intangible magic of kindness and compassion. In another part of the room, neatly folded stacks of blankets awaited their role in providing warmth on cold winter nights. The family had gathered these blankets from friends, neighbors, and their own collection, creating bundles of comfort for the upcoming winter drive to help those in need. Once the final bows were tied, the family gathered around the finished creations, baskets filled with food and blankets promising warmth, all showcasing the collaborative effort of a family dedicated to making a positive impact on their community. I observed with a heart full of admiration as they embrace the true spirit of Christmas, understanding that the joy of the season peaks when shared with those who need it the most. With a collective sense of fulfillment, the family bundled up the carefully wrapped baskets and blankets, ready to embark on a journey beyond their doorstep, bringing the magic of Christmas to the local shelter. In the days leading up to Christmas Eve, the family played board games, wrapped gifts for loved ones, and wrote meaningful cards to those who had touched their lives over the past year. On one festive night, the kitchen came alive with preparations for a larger feast. With a twinkle in his eye and adorned in a festive Christmas sweater and reindeer antlers, the father warmly welcomed relatives, creating an atmosphere filled with laughter. An inviting aroma of roasting meats and vegetables. The palpable excitement in the air translated into the exchanged embraces among the family members, their faces expressing the sheer joy of being reunited. As the family settled around the generously laid table, laden with culinary treasures, the couple led a heartfelt prayer that resonated through the room. Gratitude flowed for the abundance of the feast, the warmth of familial ties, and the shared moments that defined the holiday season. Through the living room window, I could see the mother and daughter secretly escape out the front door, with a casserole dish for one of the elderly neighbors 3 houses down, before returning empty-handed, but with smiles in their hearts. After finishing their meal, the ambience seamlessly transformed. The dining room morphed into a stage for familial harmonies as the mother, elegantly attired in festive clothing, took her place at the piano. Her fingers danced over the keys, conjuring melodies that echoed the heartwarming spirit of Christmas. The room hushed in anticipation as the initial notes of well-known carols filled the air. Family members gathered around the piano, their faces illuminated with smiles as they joined in the timeless tunes. The room evolved into a sanctuary of sound, where each voice blended seamlessly with the piano, forming a harmonious symphony resonating with love and togetherness. And so, in the gentle glow of holiday lights, the family reveled in the celebration, feasting, singing, and creating memories that echoed the true spirit of Christmas, a spirit found in the shared joy of love, family, and the timeless enchantment of the holiday season. On the hallowed eve of Christmas, I listened as the family below epitomized a scene that evoked the spirit of the season. The living room adorned with a soft glow of twinkling fairy lights, inside a child's play tent, filled with blankets and pillows, positioned right in front of the crackling warmth of the fireplace. The air was infused with the scent of freshly cut pine and the flickering glow of candles, creating a tranquil ambience that embraced the enchantment of the night. The father, wearing a cozy Christmas sweater and a jolly Santa hat perched atop his head, ushered his eager children to come huddle inside the tent together. A symphony of anticipation played in the air as the family gathered beside the hearth where flames danced with festive fervor. The ambient light cast a golden hue, casting a spell upon the room that seemed to amplify the magic of the approaching holiday. The children now nestled into soft blankets, their eyes sparkling with excitement, leaning into their father's lap. The fireplace crackled, casting shadows that danced along the walls, as the father cradled a cherished book of Christmas stories that had weathered many winters and held the secrets of timeless tales. With a voice that resonated with the warmth of the season, the father, adorned in his Santa's hat, began to read. The enchanting stories of Christmas past and magical realms unfolded like a delicate snowfall, settling upon the hearts of the family. The tales became a bridge between generations, connecting the present to the cherished memories of Yuletides gone by. In this cocoon of familial warmth, the stories were more than mere words. They were conduits for shared joy, wonder, and the magic that permeates the air on Christmas Eve. The father's voice, a melody that underscored the serenity of the night. As the final tale unfolded, the room settled into a quiet reverence, the stories leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of the family. Before the children rush up to bed, their faces light up with the remnants of the fireplace's warm glow, taking a moment to enact a beloved tradition. In the soft light of Christmas Eve, the family gathers around the hearth, their hands laden with cookies and a brimming glass of milk. Their mother, now joining the scene, helps the children in placing these offerings on a festively adorned tray. With careful precision, the little ones arrange the cookies in a delightful pattern, a testament to the joy of giving. The father helps position the glass of milk beside the tempting array of sweets. The family then pens a heartfelt note to Saint Nick, expressing their gratitude for his tireless efforts and leaving a sprinkle of magic in their home. As the tray adorned with cookies, milk, and the handwritten note sits near the fireplace, it becomes a beacon of hope and belief, a symbol of the childlike wonder that permeates the holiday season. With one last glance at the offerings, The family collectively ascends the staircase, leaving the living room bathed in the soft radiance of Christmas lights. As the hands of the clock draw nearer to midnight on Christmas Eve, I feel a subtle metamorphosis envelop me. A soft glow, reminiscent of moonlight, emanates from my angelic figure, casting a gentle radiance that hints at an impending magical awakening. In the serene hush of the room, the subtle glow intensifies. Answering an otherworldly call, I stir to life. Once static porcelain features now radiate luminous vitality, and my majestic wings unfold in a symphony of celestial grace, casting a breathtaking spectacle that breathes the entire room in a soft, celestial luminance. Embraced by this enchanting Christmas magic, I gracefully soar to each member's bedroom, imparting a celestial blessing. I wish upon them the true essence of Christmas, a tapestry woven with joy, laughter, and boundless love throughout the coming year. As their guardian angel, I watch over them, dusting their dreams with gentle magic, ensuring a night of whimsical visions and happy thoughts, allowing them to awaken on Christmas Day well rested and filled with the warmth of the season. With my mission complete, I ascend once more, returning to my perch atop the tree, slowly reverting to my unmovable self. My heart brims with contentment. Within this family's home, their hearts glow and their minds are adorned with the enchantment of Yuletide. Wrapped in the comfort of cherished memories, the family drifts into a peaceful sleep, cradled by the gentle cadence of dreams. These dreams, woven with visions of love and holiday magic, accompany them through the night, carrying the blessing I bestow upon them into a realm where the enchantment of Christmas endures. For our closing story tonight, I bring you the enduring classic, Twas the Night Before Christmas, reading it through twice for added delight. As we delve into the treasured narrative, let's celebrate its enduring ability to transport us to the joyous realms of Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out of the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to do, my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick. I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursera they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he had held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my hand and was turning around. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pie he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a reef. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.